Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, because right now we are at the bottom of this critical level of support, sitting from 70,000 all the way down to 67.5K. Now, in the case we break down below 67.5K, likely we will be falling into this next big level of support, sitting from 66,000 all the way down to 65,000 US dollars. Besides that, taking a quick look at the short-term trend for Bitcoin, this is obviously a descending trend line for Bitcoin. So if you're looking for a move back to the upside, this could be a potential bullish confirmation signal that we are ready to reverse further to the upside, potentially breaking out back above 70K, in which case we would likely run up into this next big level of resistance, sitting from 71K all the way up to 73,000 US dollars. Besides that, taking a look at the overall price action here for Bitcoin on this 1-day time frame, we've basically been seeing a lot of volatility in the charts, which is exactly what we have been expecting around the time of the US elections. And I do think we can continue to see that uncertainty in the market, so long as there is not a result of that election. And besides that, also some clarity in the market of whether we are, for example, going to continue this breakout to about 80,000 US dollars from this cup and handle pattern, or if we are actually going to invalidate this bullish pattern by getting a confirmed daily candle close below 66.5K, because in that case, we would have to cross off this bullish pattern, meaning that this 80K price target is no longer active. And besides that, we would also be getting pretty close to falling back inside this descending channel for Bitcoin, which we have seen a massive consolidation in for about 7 months. Looking on this 1 week time frame as well, you can see that we have a clear uptrend, but at the same time, right now we are seeing a bit of a consolidation after this massive move to the upside here. And therefore on the lower time frames, we are clearly just in this downtrend, right? But at the same time, on the higher time frames, we are still technically making higher highs and higher lows here. So there is still a possibility of a bounce. Now, if we really start to get a deeper pullback here, invalidating some of those bullish patterns that I've been talking about in my videos over the last couple of weeks, then we need to start looking at a potential deeper pullback, for example, down to this ascending trend line that I've had in the charts here for quite some time, and where previously we have already found some support and gotten some massive bounces off of that trend line. For example, for now, this ascending trend line is sitting at about 60K. So I do think it is quite early to start talking about a move back to 60K when we haven't even invalidated these bullish patterns that, as I said, are targeting about 80,000 US dollars for the Bitcoin price. Next, taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. First of all, on this 1 month time frame, just here over the last couple hours, we saw this big wick to the downside, taking out a lot of liquidity, about $200 million that was sitting at about 67.4K. Now, there is still a little bit of liquidity left in that pocket. And then the next big level of liquidity below that is already sitting at 65K, with most of the liquidity on this time frame at least sitting at 61.6K, because here we have about $300 million worth of long positions that would get liquidated in the case that the Bitcoin price reaches this level. However, as always, we must take into consideration the different time frames. So for example, if I now zoom out to this highest time frame, this 1 year time frame, here you can see that in fact most of the liquidity is in fact to the upside, where right here at about 74K, we have over $20 billion worth of short positions that would get liquidated in the case that Bitcoin reaches that 74K level. Now, as you can see here, just a little bit below at about 72.3K and even at 70.5K, we have seen this in the past, right? And not even that long ago, where we had these big pockets of liquidity to the upside that were just sitting here for a long time, but eventually Bitcoin punished all of the people that were shorting it in the middle of a bull run. So with this massive amount of liquidity here, again, I am not ruling out the possibility just yet of Bitcoin just blasting off to the upside here and punishing all these shorters. because even though a lot of people are very bearish right now, we also saw sentiment in these moves to the downside here where everyone was bearish. Even people were saying that the bull market was over, that the bear market had already started, right? But then again, we took out this big level of liquidity, and from there we ended up grabbing the liquidity to the upside as well. So as always, that is why I rely on my technical analysis rather than the actual sentiment in the market. And of course, I've been sharing my trading signals with the community as well. You can join the Road to 1 Million community completely for free on Discord with the link in the video description. Here you can see some people that are taking advantage of those signals. They're posting some wins here. And you can also see some of my trades as well that I have just been taking here recently publicly on the channel. So again, if you want to get access to that, check out the link in the video description. And once you're in here and verified, simply go to this Trading Signals Access channel and then follow these 3 steps to get access completely for free. Either way, this has been today's market update. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.